In lots of ways, Jesus is still very much alive. There are still more biographies being written of him than most characters in history. Wherever you go around the world, there are buildings and monuments erected in his name. In English, his name is used by millions of people many times a day, even if for some of them it's just a swear word. You can't get away from him. But suppose he was really alive in the way we talked about last time, back from the grave and only one prayer away from you right now. For the final session of this course, we have to take a look at what that might mean. First of all, he might be the way to a new relationship with God. Most people in the world, whether they're religious or not, wonder whether there's a God, and if so, how can they understand him better? For some, it's a lifelong quest. For others, it's an occasional thought that suddenly becomes important when you're facing a life-threatening illness, or you've lost all your money, or somebody close to you has suddenly died. A lot of us conclude that you can't really know for sure, so there's no point trying too hard to solve the puzzle. But suppose Jesus was right, that his death had somehow paid the price for all of our sins, that the door to God's presence was standing wide open right now, and all we had to do was walk through it. That Jesus' resurrection means that death is no longer a threat, but just the entrance into a whole new dimension of life, guaranteed to us by a God who will never ever let us down. That would be pretty incredible. Yet Christians all over the world can testify that this is what happens. The God you've wondered about, missed, longed for, and maybe been scared of, becomes your friend and your father when you accept the forgiveness he offers and make Jesus Christ the rightful king of your life. It doesn't necessarily happen in a great emotional rush all at once, although for some people it does. For others, it's a gradual but steady growing awareness that a new life has begun. God's peace has arrived. As the great Apostle Paul put it, if anybody is a Christian, he is a brand new person inside. It doesn't turn you into an angel immediately. You still do a lot of things that's wrong. But bit by bit, God will start to clean up your act. Not by issuing lots of new commands and instructions, but by putting his spirit inside you, changing your outlook and making you want to turn away from selfish, evil desires towards being the kind of person God made you to be. You won't have to feel hopelessly guilty even when you get it wrong, because you know that Jesus' death on the cross covers all your failures, past, present and future. And you'll know that the future is secure. In another of his letters, Paul put it like this: "If God is for us, who can be against us? He who did not spare his own son, but gave him up for us all, how will he not also, along with him, graciously give us all things?" In other words, God has already given you the biggest gift he possibly could, his own son dying for you. What on earth do you think he would hold back if he's willing to give so much? That doesn't mean, of course, that Christians suddenly become magically wealthy and successful and lose all their cares and worries. If that was the deal, everybody on earth would be climbing aboard, and for the wrong reasons. No, you still have to live out your life on a planet where Jesus isn't popular and where you'll have your fair share of the sorrows and trials of life. But you now have someone there to take them on with you, somebody who will never let you down and never let you go. Somebody who proves his reality to you in situation after situation, making you more and more confident that you have a Father who really loves you. If Jesus offers all this, maybe that's why the Christian church has spread so far and lasted so long. Maybe it's why there are so many new churches springing up worldwide week after week. And maybe it's a reason for not just exploring the facts about Jesus, but for also taking the big step of finding him for yourself.